June 16th, 2:23 p.m., Wright Anything Agency. What a train wreck that was! I'm glad we made it out of that trial alive.
Really? I had fun. And Wacky made it through the day, too.
Everyone was too obsessed with panties to bother with the real case.
But it was good publicity. Imagine the crowd at my show tonight. You should come, Polly.
Yeah. The amazing
Mr. Hack will be making an appearance.
Hi, folks. I'll be here all week. That's about enough of him.
Hello? Ah, Miss Tiala. Thank you for today. The trial went well.
Oh, right. No problem.
Do you think Wacky will be okay?
Well, he's not guilty. Yet.
Please, you have to help him. We're supposed to get married next month.
Oh, congratulations. God, way to put the pressure on a guy.
Please let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
Sure, there is. Because there's a lot. Are you sure about marrying into the Kitaki family?
I'm fine with it, and I love Wacky with all my heart. Aw, that's so sweet.
So it doesn't bother you that you'll be, married to the mob?
I don't think so. My parents are against it, of course. Say, where did you and Wacky first meet anyway?
Good question. Miss Tiala doesn't look like the type to have gangster connections.
Oh, we met at my old job, actually. Ah, office romance.
She's not very forthcoming with information about herself, is she? Did you know that the boss is trying to get out of the business? Really? Mr. Kitaki wants to quit being a gangster?
He's trying to transfer its assets into a normal company. He only announced it recently out of the blue. I hear there's quite a lot of confusion in the ranks.
I wonder if this explains that apron. I can't imagine Wacky going along with that.
He's highly motivated, isn't he?
That's not the word I would have used.
He said, I'll be the next big boss and keep the family alive. I think he's at that age when boys want to make a mark on the world.
That's not the way I would have put it.
His father moves in a lot of circles. He's really focused on profits. The Kitaki family's been making a killing recently.
Again, not the way I would have put it.
But Wacky says it's not about the money. They have the gangster tradition to uphold. Ooh, a generation gap. They've even got the ever-classic what about the family business thing going.
Usually it's the father worried about tradition. Can I ask you a question about Wacky? I understand he was operated on by the victim, Dr. Maractus.
Apparently, yes.
I was in his clinic about half a year ago. He messed up my ops something bad. And then he just lets me go, without a word. See you later, bye. So I gotta go in and get another doc to patch me up again.
Yes, it sounded horrible. Wacky has always been fond of fighting, I'm afraid.
I'm not sure it qualifies as fighting when pistols are involved.
Mr. Gavin was saying his life might be in danger, wasn't he? No, that can't be right. I'm sure he was just trying to scare us. It's scary to think that a surgeon might make a mistake. But it's even scarier when he tries to hide it.
I'd like to know a little more about this operation. Maybe it's time to pay the Maractus Clinic a visit.
I should be getting home now. Wacky's in your hands, Mr. Justice.
Right. Leave it to me.
Apollo, I think you're only making her more nervous.
Sorry, I'm new at this, okay?
It's alright. I believe in you.
Yeah, you're right. June 16th, Detention Center, Visitors Room.
Looks like Wacky's out for questioning.
I really need to talk to him. I guess we'll come back later. Excuse me. Yes? The other suspect is all through with questioning, sir.
The other? Ah, you mean the panty snatcher?
Wesley Stickler. So they arrested him too. Alright, let's have a little chat with Mr. Stickler. I hope I don't regret this.
He's a valuable witness.
He is a bit precious, I'll give him that. Please keep this brief if you would. I'm quite busy. This paper. It's you! Mr. Stickler, we'd like to have a few words with you. Very well, as long as they're few. Nothing would make me happier, believe me. Mr. Stickler, on the night of the murder, you stole... Wait, I can't help but feel that I'm being misunderstood. How exactly? Yes, that night I obtained a pair of panties, it's true. However, it was my burning curiosity that drove me to do it, nothing more. You wanted to know the trick? It's my panties, right? You're here too? Oh, great, Trucy, teach me. Eh? I must know the secret of your panties. My very existence hangs in the balance. Please, make me your apprentice. Apollo, help. I don't know. I think he'd make a great, lovely assistant. Don't say that, Apollo. Jesus. Could you relate what you saw the night of the murder to us one more time? Why not? Though it hardly differs from the testimony I gave in court. The defendant was there in the park that night of this, I'm quite certain. He was pointing a pistol, or something like that, at the victim. That's when I shouted, "Stop, you two! Let's resolve this like gentlemen!" And the next moment, a shot was fired. And this is all true? Really? My panties are gone, my innermost heart revealed. What further reason could I possibly have to lie? I can't think of anything he'd want to hide more than panty snatching, true. It sounds like Waki was at the scene of the crime after all. How I wish it weren't so. I know. I know. June 16th, Kitaki Mansion. Yipes! She's back! Hey, you two, over here. Us? Yo, little plum, what's up? I think all this gangsteress is a negative influence on Trucy. I heard you retrieved my bloomers. Well, I was just doing... Pah, a man speaks clearly and takes credit where it's due. You caught the thief, didn't you? Yes! Sorry, I caught him! You're cute when you're nervous, Polly. I'll deal with you later. But enough about bloomers. What about my son, Waki? Waki? Well, he's, clearly. Yes, ma'am! This is why I was kind of hoping we could avoid coming back here. He's really everything you'd expect in a boss's son. I'm gonna be a gangster, dude. The life does have an appeal for that age, particularly for boys. What? Don't look at me like that! He was shot in a turf war about half a year ago. Yes, we heard the story from Waki. But he didn't tell you the whole story. You know, even if he had a pistol then, he couldn't have shot anyone. What? He acts like he's hard, but he couldn't shoot someone to save his life. I should know. I'm his mom. Her words do have a certain weight to them. Hopefully when this is all taken care of, he and the boss can sort out their differences. The boss? You mean Waki's father? They didn't seem to be on the best terms, did they? It's true. One of our pistols is missing. So the murder weapon was from this mansion. We kind of figured given the difficulty of obtaining a gun these days. None of the rank and file have access. Only the boss, myself, and Waki could have taken it. I see. I'm sure the cops will continue tromping all over this mansion because of the case. Maybe this is a sign that it's time for a change. She doesn't seem too concerned, at least. Yeah, Waki's fiance. They're getting married next month, correct? I suppose. She's been staying over lately. You don't look too happy about that, little plum. How'd you guess? Even I could tell that. Could you tell us more about her? Waki brought her home one day. Says he wants to tie the knot. I can see why. She's so pretty. Oh, she's pretty enough. But you know... Nah, it's probably just me being suspicious. Stay in this business too long and you start to only see darkness in people. You get a nose for it. A nose for people. A nose for trouble. I wonder what the problem is. It's like a gangster's only version of female intuition. The boss may act tough, but that boy means the world to him. But Waki seems, well, it seems like he's against his father's position.
It's to be expected. We're in a bit of a transition now. Trying to cut our ties to the shadier side of the street and do more on the up and up. Walkie isn't too enthusiastic about the change, it's true. But why the change? Is the gangster thing just not paying the bills? It pays, but we need a lot of money right now. Clean money, that is.
I see. Something must be up.
He'll see things the way the boss sees them. Someday.
I figured.
Well, let's examine something. And I'm surprised that guy is still there.
This trash can. This is where we found the mirror.
Come to think of it, wasn't there something else in here? Something near the bottom. Look at the paint on these. That means these must have ended up in here after Mr. Wright's accident.
Maybe they're connected. Let's pick them up.
All right. Nope, that ain't it. My bad. Let's meet up with Eldoon.
Hey, it's Mr. Eldoon. Oh, Mr. Eldoon! What's wrong?
So you found my stand. That's why I'm here. To thank you.
Ah!
But now it's a crime scene and they won't let me have it back! That's also why I'm here. I got no other place to go. I see. How can a noodle stand be a crime scene? That's what I don't get, Trucy doll. Even in death, he's after my neck, I tell you. Bah! Can't even cook an honest noodle.
He? Even in death? You mean the victim, Dr. Maractus?
I tell you, it's enough to drive a man to make his soup even saltier. Remind me never to eat his noodles when he's in a bad mood. Alright, let's find out. That stand. For generations, it served up the very best noodles us Eldoons can make. A tradition of noodles and salty broth. It's more than a stand. It's history, I tell you. Watch what you say or it might become true.
That's a great story, Mr. Eldoon. A single stand passed down from generation to generation.
Of course, to be honest, I didn't plan on doing it.
That's right. You said something about that. About you rebelling against your pops, was it?
Good memory, Trucy doll. I was a go-getter back in my day. Until my friend next door put it in. In the end, I was left with nothing but this dusty old stand to earn my fortune. Mr. Eldoon, I don't mean to pry, but what exactly did you do before you became a chef? Bah! Let old Noodles lie, that's what I say. I'm starting to get an idea of what he did anyway. He stole my dreams and left me with nothing but noodles! And I don't even have that! Mr. Eldoon, if I might ask, what exactly happened between you and the Maractus clan? I couldn't help but sense enmity there. Enmity? I hate him. Hated him. Acting like he smells like roses when he's rolling in mud. Excuse me? He's the only doctor at that clinic, you know. Pretty impressive, eh? I'll tell you the secret to his success. The Mafia. You mean the Kitaki family? They're always having one of them turf wars or whatnot. Always an injury or two that needs fixing. Maractus saw a chance for some business. We started giving the Kitaki family a good deal. A deal? Every fifth operation for free. He stole the idea from my pops. One free bowl of noodles a week, he used to say.
Can a doctor just decide to do that? What about the insurance companies?
Oh, no doubt it's illegal. But it got him in good with the family. Pretty soon he was getting all the business in town, leaving me here in the dark. Up to my neck in soupy noodles. I think I figured out Mr. Eldoon's former occupation.
Can't hurt to ask, Apollo.
Yep. Mr. Eldoon, or should I say, Dr. Eldoon. Figured it out, did you? That's right, I was a doctor, a surgeon, until the year before last.
So, Mr. Maractus was your rival?
You like those onions they put in the soup broth? Yeah, kind of. You take a spoon, you drink some broth. Those onions will find their way in there. For people who like them, why that's just fine. For people who hate them, I hate onions. Hate them. Always sneaking in from the side, getting in the way of a good tasting spoonful. Well, that's what he was, an onion. Onion boy, that's what I called him. So, you weren't exactly friends? Ha! Me and Pal Maractus? Ever since preschool, we were getting in each other's face. No matter what I did, sure enough, he'd come following along. Then he'd do it better than me. Just blow right past without so much as a howdy. I see. That's right. I was a surgeon long before he was, you know. Then that no-good onion boy comes along.
Well, Trucy, looks like we found ourselves a new suspect.
Don't say that! Thanks to him, I was forced to trade in my scalpel for a ladle. Sorry, pal. Didn't mean to weigh you down with an old man's ramblings. No, it's fine. By way of apology, you ever get yourself in a spot of trouble, you drop by. Huh? You're investigating Maractus, aren't you? Yes. Well, you want to know about a doctor, you ask a doctor. That's all I'm saying. You just think of me if you need something, Trucy doll.
Right. Thanks, Mr. Eldoon.
I guess the time spent listening to him complaining wasn't entirely wasted. It wasn't. At all.
Well, we've got to check out this clinic, that's for sure.
Yeah, but what about the guard?
No harm in asking. Excuse me.
Hey, it's you two from yesterday. That's the same officer that was standing out by the park yesterday. Your business is over in the park, isn't it? The clinic's off limits. It's not involved. But what part of off limits do you not understand? Show me proof that the clinic is connected to the incident in the park or beat it.
No harm in asking.
No gain either. No point in sticking around here, I guess. He's kind of right. June 16th, Detention Center Visitors Room.
I was hoping to meet with my client.
Walkie Kataki's just finished questioning. I'll bring him out.
Great! Finally!
Yo, sup, my little imposter? What did you call me? It's Sam. It's you? Sorry, G. Thought you were a leader.
My little imposter sure is a strange nickname.
It's a clink thing. You wouldn't understand. Did I say imposter? I meant poster. Like poster girl, right?
If you're gonna drop part of that, why not drop poster and just call her girl?
Cause she's so much more than that, G. She's like an angel. A fallen angel. So, what can I do you for?
You don't look so chipper today, Walkie.
Worried about your, heart condition, maybe? That was the wackest thing of all. All the G's lining up, taking eye exams and all that. Better to die young than fade away, bzoit. A relief to hear. Eh? What's a relief? Oh, did your father not tell you? That bullet you carry so close to your heart, if not attended to immediately, it could kill you. Man, I ain't trying to hear that. A man fights to protect what's valuable to him, you know what I'm saying? I miss my fallen angel. Hey, you go get a leader for me. You're my lawyer, aren't you?
Lawyer, not gopher.
Oi. So I hear you're to be married next month. Straight up, we poured the nuptial 40 out on the stoop. Alita? Oh, Snapple Cakes? She's so fine. I think he's smitten with her in his own weird way.
I was wondering, how did you two meet? I asked Tiala, but she was very vague.
Huh? Well, man, if she wouldn't tell you, I'd best hold my tongue, you feel me?
What?
Man, what's past is past. She knows that. When I'm with Alita, I feel like there's things worth protecting out there. You feel me? And my Alita, she's down with that all the way.
So both of them are mum about their past.
Do you think you could tell us what happened with you and Pal Maractus?
There's something you should know. We Katakis are having what you might call a feud with the Rivales family. So about 6 months back, I go into Rivales' turf packing a knife, right?
And you were shot?
Coldest thing I ever seen. One shot to the heart, but my homies weren't too late. It's a miracle that I lived. It's already considered one of the 7 wonders of the Kataki family, you know that? So you were taken to the Maractus clinic then. You should have seen their faces when they wheeled me in. You can't just let the boss's son die, you know?
I hate to have been in that doctor's shoes. Mr. Kataki's scary enough when he's not angry.
But the bullet that hit you, it was never removed?
And it's still threatening his life. That doctor, he did it on purpose. The Rivales paid him off, I'm sure of it.
I need to hear more about the night of the murder, that much is clear. Life in the family's a G thing. It's about being a man. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, but I'm not up on my G things. I'm not even sure what a G thing is.
But my old man, he's gone soft. He says the old rival gang days are over. He just wants to make money.
Isn't that a good thing?
Man, there ain't no soul in making money. Better to live fast and die young, for shizzle. Wait till I run the yard, and everyone will know what time it is. That's right, OG time all the time, represent.
Apollo, why does he keep talking about old guys?
I don't think that's what OG means, Trucy. It doesn't. It does not at all. And I can tell. About these weapons, the pistol and the knife,
they belong to the family. I snuck them out that night. So the killer Mr. Stickler says he saw that night was, I guess it was me. I was there after all. We're finished.
Yo, Walkie, do you think you could tell us exactly what happened that night?
Huh? You don't beat around the bush, do you? I like your style, Shorty.
Shorty? That's not a nice thing to say.
Actually, there's a question I've been wanting to ask you for a while now. That is, did you do it? Did you shoot him? I don't know. Huh? The day of that checkup, when I found out about the bullet by my heart, I borrowed the gun from the family stash. Figured I'd give that doctor a taste of his own bad medicine.
Uh-oh. I don't like where this is going.
But you were carrying a knife, weren't you?
Oh, that? Yeah, well, never can be too careful, I said. So I'm on my way to the clinic, right? When I run into him in the park, and he's dragging this noodle stand behind him.
Wait, you didn't put him up to that? Like, you know in the movies? If you value your life, you'll bring the stand.
Shorty, you're more whack than I am, and that's saying something.
But I was serious!
The thing is, I don't remember what happened next all too well. You don't remember? But the way I see it, if there wasn't anyone else there that night, then I guess it probably was me who did him in, you know what I'm saying?
Sheesh. June 16th, Kitaki Mansion.
Look at that crowd over by the park.
Probably people trying to get a glimpse of the crime scene.
But why are those girls screaming? I think I just heard one say, "Oh my god, it's him!"
Wait, that motorcycle! If it isn't her forehead. Prosecutor Gavin! Some fans found me on my way out. Just my luck.
Oh my god, he's so cool!
Thus the screams. New album just came out, you know? Try waving to them. They love it.
We're so cute!
They're so excited it doesn't matter who waves to them, see? This is surreal.
So you were here investigating?
And I was on my way home when my hug gave up the ghost. Your hug? My motorcycle won't start. A clogged exhaust pipe.
Too bad. Looks like such a nice bike, too. Hard to believe that it could break just from that.
It's my fault. I think I was using the wrong oil. Cars, motorbikes, they're all the same. Clog the exhaust and they won't run. Machines. Tell me you share my hands, hair forehead. I ride a bicycle, actually. In any event, I'm off to the shop to get it fixed. The detective in charge of the scene isn't fond of me in any case. The detective? You mean the one in the lab coat? Yeah, she's in a foul mood too. Be gentle. Off with the sin, baby.
That's Mr. Gavin for you.
And the forecast for the park today, gloomy skies.
Well, nothing to do but head on in. Let's hit the park, Apollo.
June 16th, People Park.
Huh? Does something about this scene look different to you?
The blue tarps are gone. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, I think you're right. Look over there.
The white frock detective from yesterday. She seems to be apologizing reverently to the trash can.
She's under a lot of stress.
The investigation's probably not going so well.
Hey, you there! If you're gonna talk about someone behind their back, do it more quietly, please.
Oh, Detective Sky, hello.
You seem as gloomy as ever. This is miserable. Miserable. I just got a new kit and I can't get the stuff to work. And everyone's all smiles from that glimmerous fop. Glimmerous? Does she mean Prosecutor Gavin?
More to the point, doesn't she mean glamorous?
When he walks, his shiny chains catch the sun and glimmer in my eyes. It's distracting.
And she's mad. Speaking of distracting,
I guess I just have to accept the fact that I lack talent. Sounds like she's trying out some sort of new forensics technique. Detective Sky, you know Mr. Wright, correct? How do you know my daddy? I want details. Well, he helped me out a long time ago. You might say he saved me.
for more information, check out Rise from the Ashes. Wasn't she saying something about getting involved in an incident? That's also true.
I can't stand it when things are vague, especially in a case. I went to study to become a forensic scientist in Europe.
But you're a detective now.
Well, I failed the test. But you know, rank and title don't matter. What matters is what's inside your heart. I've always thought that too, and my heart is full of science. That's why I bought this kit through mail order, and I'm gonna test it here before the forensics team arrives.
Are you sure that's okay?
I won't lie, I'm not fond of that man. Those glamorous types always rub me the wrong way.
Glamorous, right?
A prosecutor should be cool of wit and furrowed of brow. Less glamorous and more simorous, you know?
No, actually, I don't.
Well, that and what happened 7 years ago. Prosecutor Gavin was the one who stripped Mr. Wright of his attorney's badge.
But thing is, she doesn't know how.
What? Really? He was the one? You mean you didn't know? I thought you were one of his boys.
I'm neither a boy nor one of his, but let's see what she has to say. What exactly happened 7 years ago?
I never actually heard the details. Then investigate. It's better you learn it for yourself anyway.
Do you mind me asking exactly what it is you've been doing? Squatting down on the ground like that?
Ooh, you want to know? Do you? Well, I splurged on a new toy.
You splurged? You mean it wasn't police issue?
What is it? I see a roller and glue. This is a footprint analysis kit.
Footprint?
It was raining on the night of the murder, which means that footprints were left. Oh, does that have anything to do with those blue tarps? Right. The ground was muddy, so I had to protect it as it was that night. Ever want to know exactly where someone was standing? Like your panty-snatching student witness, for instance? Aha! So with that kit, right. What? Want to try this stuff out?
Huh? Are you sure?
I mean, we're sort of on opposing teams and all. Oh, pshaw, you're friends. And to tell the truth, I'm not so good at doing this. Guess I'm a little clumsy. I could use your help. Woo, I'm good at stuff like this. I used to make magic bunnies out of paper mache.
Footprint analysis, huh? Well, should I give it a go?
Yes!
Okay, I'll give it a shot.
That's the spirit. Right, allow me to explain. One moment. She's reading the instructions for her kit.
Why does this not fill me with confidence?
First, we have to pick the footprint, or in this case, shoe print we want to analyze. I've taken the liberty of marking all the shoe prints in the park. Well, which shoe print should we start with? If we're going to verify the defendant's account, here's the place to start. Shoe prints, prepare to be examined. Ooh, this is so exciting. Right, here goes. First, pour the plaster into the print until it's full. You try it.
How am I supposed to do that?
Just press A when you want to pour the plaster. Like this.
That doesn't look too hard.
If you run out of plaster in your beaker before you're done, you have to start over. Not bad. You're handier with that than you look.
What's that supposed to mean?
On to the next step. Dry the plaster until it turns white, right? Just press A to blast it with that dryer. There, give it a shot.
Yep, now we gotta be forensic scientists. When this game came out for the DS, basically it took advantage of using the touchscreen controls, so that way it would make it a lot easier.
Looks like it's hardened nicely. Let's take a look. Yes, that's a good one. Next, the ink. Ready for the next step? Use the roller to ink just the shoe print part. Hold on to that roller tight now with the A and roll it up and down. Keep going till you get enough ink on there for a good print. Right, now the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's take our print. Ready? Here goes. Let's see if we get a match. Well, we gotta compare it to walkie-talkie. Begin comparison. Comparison complete. Match found.
So the shoe prints belong to walkie-talkie after all.
He was in the part on the night of the crime. Wow, I can almost see the science at work. Don't you love it? Nothing feels better.
She's definitely way more into this than I am.
Just let me know if you want to do some more. I'll be here solving the case with science.
Well, that certainly brightened her mood.
All right, begin analysis.
Detective Scott, mind if we give it another go?
Right on. Leave no print unanalyzed, I'd say. Now to pick which print you want to analyze. Okay, looking good. Next to dry the plaster. Okay, let's take out the mold. Yes, that's a good one. Next, the ink. Right, now the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's take our print. Ready? Here goes. Let's see if we get a match.
We already know who that is. Wesley Sticklers.
So these shoe prints belong to Wesley Stickler. This confirms his testimony, the final version of it at least.
Now we know where the panty snatcher was standing.
Now we need to analyze yet another print.
I believe you're beginning to appreciate the wonder that is forensic science.
We analyze this and that.
There's just one left. This one.
Okay, now we need to dry the plaster.
I'm serious. I like that Ace Attorney implemented forensics.
If Ace Attorney gets a 7th entry, which I'm hoping because it's already been confirmed that we are getting more Ace Attorney, then hopefully we get another. Hopefully we involve forensics.
All right, now let's take out the mold. Now let's take out the print and analyze it. Huh? That's a funny shoe print. Is that even a shoe? It is strange. So smooth.
Except for the part with the leaf.
I can say without even looking that this print doesn't match any print on our list.
A mystery print.
Okay, then how about we do this?
They say the Maractus Clinic. Hey!
What?
This slipper! Look right here! I think I see a toe mark.
A toe mark? You think we can get a print off that?
Sure, toes have prints just like fingers do, you know?
This little clue might be a gold mine.
Oh, there's one problem. The police station doesn't keep a record of toe prints, so we won't know whose it is.
I guess that would be too much to hope for.
Still, it might be useful somehow. Let's analyze it.
Okay, then.
Fine, let's check the slippers.
Wait a second.
The bottom is covered with paint.
Huh? What's this weird shape here?
It looks like a leaf was stuck to the bottom when the wearer stepped in some yellow paint.
So the outline was left when the leaf was removed. Ah, I got paint on my hand.
Apollo, I saw you try to wipe your hand on my cape.
Sorry. Hello? What do we have here? No clues here. I wonder, could this be a print?
Why would there be a finger? Oh, you mean a toe print? Good call, Apollo.
I bet we can analyze it just like a regular print.
This could be a vital piece of evidence.
Okay, we at least know what we gotta do. That's something. Just gotta do it more and more. I hate having to do this, you know?
Alright, hey, it worked! That looks like a big toe, maybe.
Wow, I feel like the case is solved already.
What was next? We have to match the print, right?
Right, let's match it. Wait, the detective didn't give us a list of toe prints, Apollo.
Oh, good point.
Maybe we should ask her, get some expert advice.
I guess so. I'm not sure she really qualifies as an expert.
This print is far too smooth to be from a regular shoe. It is a shoe print of some kind, though, that's certain. Still, you have to wonder what it's doing here. It's right next to the Aldoon's noodle stand. It does make one wonder. Hey, you.
Yes?
Why are you so quiet all of a sudden? You wouldn't happen to have something in mind? Something that might have left this mystery shoe print?
This mystery shoe print does remind me of something. I'm pretty sure I've seen something that would leave a print like that. You know, I think I have our culprit right here.
Well,
I think it's these slippers, actually.
Slippers? What would slippers be doing out here?
But look at the bottom, see?
It's covered with paint, except for...
See, right here?
Hey, that spot is shaped like a leaf.
What if a leaf was stuck on the bottom and came off when the slipper stepped in paint? Makes sense, doesn't it?
Wait, something's written on them. The Maractus Clinic.
Exactly, the victim's clinic.
Wait, that means that someone from the clinic was involved?
Why is she just standing there eating?
Detective Sky, I have a favor to ask.
What? Can you get us access into the Maractus Clinic?
The police won't let us in. They say the murder and the clinic are not connected. And it's off limits until we prove they are. I should be able to do something for you, yes.
Really?
Well, you did my work for me here with those shoe prints. Seems like I should return the favor. Thank you, Detective Sky. Here, show this to the police officer on duty.
Right, Maractus Clinic. Here comes justice.
Well, we're getting the hang of it now.
June 16th, Aldoon's house. Ah, you two again. When oh when will you learn? Look at me however you want, you're not getting in today.
I wouldn't be so sure if I were you. Look what we have.
What's this? Detective Sky. Yesterday it was Prosecutor Gavin, today it's Detective Sky. Who are you two, really?
Now he's suspicious again.
Well, you've got the orders. I gotta let you in. Have fun.
Thanks, Mr. Officer. Let's hit it, Apollo.
Indeed. Next stop, the Maractus Clinic.
Huh? Kind of an at-home sort of place, isn't it?
This place has a connection to the murder in the park. I'm sure of it.
The police guy out front wasn't so sure, beyond it being where the victim lived. Looks like the police team's gone home for the day. There might be some clues lying around. Let's get cracking, Apollo.
Indeed. Up first, this.
Look at all these bowls.
They're from Aldoon's Noodles. There's Mr. Salty.
Then I think we figured something out.
I think we have.
Mr. Aldoon must do takeout.
Not exactly what I was thinking.
All the bowls have been washed clean.
I think we found our first clue, Trucy.
The These must be the slippers for patients at the clinic.
The same as the pair we found, of course.
Look, a single pair is missing from the rack here too. And ours have paint on the bottoms, which means they were taken out of here on the night of the murder.
Right. The paint's from the hit and run after all. But what were a pair of clinic slippers doing in that trash can? And what were they doing at the scene of the hit and run?
There's a single pair of sandals here.
Wait, but why would there be sandals here?
Unless they belong to one of the patients. Or maybe it's a visitor that's come to see Dr. Maractus.
You'd think they'd use his house entrance instead of the clinic entrance in that case. And if this patient or visitor isn't still here,
why they leave without their shoes?
Better take a closer look at these just in case.
Look, this door says doctor's office.
Think this is the victim's private office?
It's not locked. Too bad.
Why too bad?
I like opening locks. It's kind of a hobby of mine. Like those little bike locks. Don't even bother putting them on when I'm around.
That's probably not a hobby you want to tell too many people about.
Paulo, that sound came from behind this door.
Someone's in there. Let's check it out, Trucy. A break-in. They left through that window.
Wait, Apollo, you're too late to catch them now.
That must be your experience as a petty snatcher chaser talking.
Well, we should have told the police. Let's check the room out first, Apollo. If we call the police now, we'll lose our chance.
You're right. She's better at this than I am.
Well, one thing's for certain. This clinic and our murder case are looking pretty related now. Kind of an expensive looking lamp, isn't it? Hey, the bulb's broken.
Broken? Don't you mean burned out?
No, our cat burglar must have dropped it. But why is it standing up on the floor like that then? Hey, look at the cord.
Huh? There's a red splotch on the part of the cord. You think that's blood?
It's a little bright for blood, almost pinkish. Something's definitely odd about this lamp, that's for sure.
Okay then.
What a cute little safe.
Looks like a 4-digit lock.
Someone's already entered in 2 numbers, Apollo. 7, 9... Wait, do you think...
That burglar just now was trying to open it. I wonder what's inside this safe.
Is there any way we can figure out the last 2 numbers?
Well, we know the first 2 are 7 and 9.
Maybe there's something in the court record. Something that can help us figure out the last 2 numbers.
I wonder. I got just the thing. Well, I have an idea.
I knew it, Apollo. What is it?
Well, all we have to know is what buttons have been pressed. We can use this to find out what the next 2 numbers are.
Take that!
When you press the buttons, you have to touch them. With your finger, right? It would leave a print. When you open a safe, you don't press any other buttons but the right ones, right? So if we can find the buttons with fingerprints,
we'll have the safe code. Not bad, Apollo.
Then let's get underway.
Look, you can see the oily finger residues clearly.
Look at 7 and 9. These are glove marks. The burglar must have been wearing gloves.
Well, we might not be able to identify the burglar, but we can open the safe.
Let's give it a shot.
We got it. What? Oh, I think I know.
Code confirmed. It opened!
This looks like a medical chart. There's an x-ray in here with it.
An x-ray? Can't make heads or tails of it. And I can't read the chart either, it's all in medical speak.
But the names are easy enough to read. Look, by patient, it says Waki Kitaki. So this is Waki, our client's chart, huh?
Why would this one chart be here in this safe?
Let's see, the physician's signature says Pal Maractus.
Eh?
What is it, Apollo?
Look here where it says who filed the chart.
Let's see. Nurse Alita Tiala. Alita Tialita is Waki's fiance? That's one Ida too many, Apollo.
Never mind that. What's her name doing here?
How should I know? Though I guess it means she's on staff at this clinic.
Odd that she neglected to mention this before now.
I'm sure she had her reasons.
So Alita Tiala worked at the Maractus clinic.
And she had access to Waki Kitaki's medical chart. You got the I and Y wrong, Apollo.
I'd be very interested to find out what this chart says. Who could help us decipher this?
I already know who.
This looks like a bullet hole.
You can still see the bullet sticking out of it.
Why is it in the middle of a safe?
Hey, the bullet came out. The tip's all squished.
Not surprising given that it was fired into a metal safe. This bullet's got a story behind it, that's for sure.
Well, it looks like we have ourselves a lot to do.
I know that face. That's the face of someone who's made a discovery. Hey, how did you know? You can't fool someone trained in the ways of science.
Next, she'll have us analyzing face prints.
Let's ask Detective Sky to help us, Apollo.
Yeah, let's check those slippers we found.
So we have a toe print now. I'm not sure what good it's gonna do us without a list of toe prints to check it on.
Maybe our detective friend can help us.
Wait, we already analyzed it already. There's actually here.
Hey, Apollo, you think this is...
Huh? This could be a toe print. Maybe we can get a print off of this.
Let's try it out.
Yeah, let's do that. We might be able to get something. Anything at least.
Hey, it worked! That looks like a big toe, maybe.
But wait, I mean, it's great that we got the print. But is there such a thing as a list of toe prints?
Oh, good point. If there is, Detective Sky didn't give it to us, which means we can't match this print.
This seems like a good time to ask a detective's advice.
Yeah, good idea. Yeah, let's just present the evidence then.
Ah, the slippers. That's quite a clear print there, a toe print. Too bad we don't know whose toe it is. Well, there is a way of finding out, of course.
There is?
What? All you need is a sample of the same toe print off another shoe, for instance.
Oh, right. So if the prints match, you know the same person wore both. Do I have another shoe worn by the same person? Yes! I think I just might actually.
Really?
I'm beginning to suspect something here. Detective Sky, can you compare this sample with the other print?
Take that!
This pair of sandals, toe print and all.
Ooh, the print on these is nice and clear too. That makes our job easy.
Can you analyze it for us?
Of course. Hang on.
Bingo!
Gosh, I'm good.
Hey, we were the ones who found the prints.
A perfect match. The same person wore these sandals and slippers.
I was afraid of that.
All you have to do is find out who these sandals belong to.
Or do you already know?
I can't say. Not yet.
Well, that's one big step closer to the truth.
You're right.
June 16th, Hickfield Clinic. Ah, the prodigal attorney returns. Welcome, Apollo. I heard you did well in the trial today. Here to discuss something? I could use a little diversion. What did Detective Sky say? If you want to know something, you have to investigate it yourself. Mr. Wright, tell me what happened 7 years ago, please. I want to know. I need to know. You certainly didn't waste any time getting to the point. 7 years ago, I was standing in a courtroom on behalf of a client. The case involved the death of a certain magnificent genius. I'd be surprised if you hadn't heard about it. It was all over the news, I remember that. You were up against Prosecutor Gavin, weren't you?
Yes, he was only 17 years old at the time.
17 years old? That's still high school.
He took the bar exam abroad in Europe. They're progressing over there, you know. I was defeated by a 17-year-old newcomer. In my shame, I have left the practice forever. That's all.
That's all? How could that be all?
What do you mean? What about what they were saying on the news about forged evidence? They said you forged evidence and had your attorney's badge stripped from you. Tell me, how does it feel? How does it feel to stand there before Phoenix Wright, the forged attorney himself? How does it feel? I don't want to believe it's true. But what about what happened in my first trial? Didn't you notice in today's trial, there was a single piece of forged evidence? I'm talking about evidence that shouldn't have existed. A naughty magician's trick. I don't see you jumping to my defense on this one. Maybe I did forge evidence. Maybe I didn't. It doesn't really matter now, does it?
But
I'm not an attorney anymore. That's the only truth you need to know. Mr. Wright. Looks like he doesn't want to talk about the accusations of forgery. For now. How can it? Just wait till we do case 4. June 16th, detention center, visitor's room.
don't cry, Angel. Daddy's back and Daddy's...
Oh, you again!
Do you always have to announce your entrances like that?
Man, my old man, Man, now I'm on a funk and it's his fault.
One can only assume that his father tried to teach him a lesson. And failed, clearly.
You two got your work cut out for you straight up. Of course, I don't care if they lock me up. I'm ready to go.
Some days I wonder why I do what I do. Exactly. Now I want to ask you about these sandals. Walkie, you don't happen to recognize these, do you?
Hey, sure I do. I was the one who bought them for her.
For Miss Tiala?
Yeah, a birthday present. She's got mad little feet. Mad, so cute, man.
So these sandals are hers.
Yeah, I kind of had a feeling. What's up with the funky vibes?
Yep, he's not happy with this. But the worst is yet to come, I assure you of that.
Huh? What's that? Some kind of x-ray? Wait. That's right, Rocky. It's yours. Hey, look, I don't smoke or nothing. I live long, right?
I don't think he gets it, Apollo.
Take a closer look. Here in particular. Where it says nurse. It's signed Alita Tiala.
Huh? You lawyers do your homework.
So you met Miss Tiala when you...
Yeah, I met her at the clinic. So?
Could you tell us a bit about the circumstances of your meeting?
Fine. I'll tell you how we met if you want to know that bad.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Hey man, you won't see me bugging about 1 or 2 guilty charges.
But what if you're found guilty of murder?
Hey, it's all experience, you feel me, shorty? Like a badge of honor. They don't give the death penalty, do they?
You didn't really do it, did you?
Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. If I've learned one thing today, it's that silence speaks louder than words. Man, my old man is whack. Disappointing, that's what he is.
I heard he wants to leave the mob.
Over my dead body? I spend my life trying to keep it real being an OG and never stepping down. Now my old man wants to go soft? Fine, let him. Just leave me out of it. Day I get out of the clink. That's the day Alita and I start the next generation of the Gitaki family. Please don't talk as though it's assumed you're going to jail. For my sake. About half a year ago, I was shot during a little turf war with another family. I was ready to die, sure, but they came in and got me, hauled me off to the docks.
The Maractus Clinic.
That's where I met her, my fallen angel. You mean Alita Tiala. She was scared of me at first, turns out. But you know what they say, the bad guy always gets the ladies. Right. She was done with that clinic anyhow. So I was like, I'll take you on, woman. Straight gangster style. Guess what she said?
What did she say?
Come on, give it some thought. She said it real quiet, like on the down low. Know what I'm saying? I'll leave if you'll marry me. So that was the proposal? You know it. An oath of love right there in the hospital room. Just like that. The op was done and we were out of there. See you later, bye. About that op. Yeah? Didn't go so well after all, did it? I know about the report. I know it's still in me.
This health checkup was the boss's idea, you said.
Yeah, can you imagine? What's the point of living healthy when you're a G, you know what I'm saying?
But didn't you learn about the bullet at that checkup?
Yeah. That's when I knew that doctor had to pay. Figured I could get that cat pulled after I got my revenge. And hey, I'm still living large now, aren't I? Incidentally, have you ever had a health checkup before? Nah, my old man suddenly get this idea that we all gotta get checkups. Guess he's getting old. Older, I mean.
That's good information. But you have no idea.
Mr. Eldoon, we've been looking all over for you.
What's the matter, Trucy doll?
Apollo, show him what we found. Nothing like expert advice.
I suppose he is a doctor still. Mr. Eldoon, is everything okay? I'm just so happy. I just thought my doctor days were gone for good. Mr. Eldoon.
Oh, he's not gonna like this.
Mr. Eldoon, could you take a look at this? A medical chart? Hey, you shouldn't go around taking these from clinics.
Why the sudden silence, Mr. Eldoon?
What? What's going on here? That's what we want to know. That chart belongs to my client.
He's on trial on suspicion of murder.
On trial? That's crazy. You can't put him on trial. He's ABD.
ABD?
All but dead. He's knocking on the pearly gates and someone's about to answer. Can you tell us why? Well, permit me to speak as a surgeon. You listen up good now, son. No way. It's like he's a completely different person. Well, according to this chart, this Waki Katala fella's not doing so well. He's got a bullet right upside his heart. That's right. Yeah, but this chart talks about the post-op. In other words, the operation's already finished. But you can still see that bullet stuck in there. Why would it still be in there after the operation to remove it? Well, about the only reason I can think of is it was too tricky to operate on.
What?
That bullet's snug as a bug there next to the aorta, which is connected to the heart. Heck, that scrap of metal is just surrounded by blood vessels. Kind of a miracle. 2 millimeters to either side, and there'd be some serious bleeding going on in there. Not something your average doc be eager to fiddle with.
You mean?
It took a miracle to get that bullet stuck where it is. It'd take more than a miracle to take it out. It'd take a magician.
I'm only up to making rabbits disappear. I haven't learned bullets yet.
Of course, with the heart pumping and lungs working, that bullet's on the move. I'd give him another half a year tops. But Waki's operation was already a half year ago. That's why I'm saying you're out of time. This kid shouldn't be on trial. He should be on an operating table. Great. Just great.
How could Dr. Maractus do such a terrible thing? How could he just leave that bullet in there?
I got a pretty good idea of how he felt. An emergency operation. He's got the kid's chest open on the table. Then he finds that bullet. That's despair right there, Trucy doll. Cold despair.
Despair?
About the only thing he could do is sew the boy back up. He wasn't exactly in the situation to go admitting he couldn't take it out.
The Kitakis!
You bet. This kid's their only son, I hear. So he skips the operation and Waki's back on the street living his life. Of course, it's only a matter of time before there's heart hemorrhages and he drops cold.
How awful!
And which doctor would they take him to? Maractus. He's got enough ties to them he could probably cover up the truth of what happened.
That's just horrible! He left Waki to die!
There's a darkness in this world, Trucy doll. Waiting. Hungry. Compared to it, these gangs' turf wars are like kid games. When you're up against real evil, well, it don't matter if you're weak or strong. It'll take you all the same.
You were a surgeon, right, Mr. Eldoon? You could operate on Waki, couldn't you?
I wish.
What?
I'm afraid there ain't nobody in the country that could. Maybe not even in the world.
So Waki.
He's real lucky to be alive even now.
No.
There's one problem.
Apollo.
This chart. Look at the nurse section. Alita Tiala.
That's right. This operation was how they met.
Yeah, the problem is she knew. She knew about Waki's condition, guaranteed.
Huh?
Why didn't she ever tell him? It doesn't make sense. If she knew her patient was in serious danger, you'd think she'd want to get that second operation before getting engaged.
What was she thinking? Apollo.
What were you thinking, Alita Tiala?
I don't know. I honestly don't know what she was thinking. So that's it for this part. Next part will most likely be concluding the second case. If you enjoy it, like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the bell. I will see you in the next. And hopefully I can get more of this done. This is MegamanNG signing off. Peace out. Product provided by Capcom.